I welcome you to my channel. Subscribe and listen to my new stories every day. I come home early, the sun still hanging lazily in the sky, casting long shadows across the living room. The house is quiet, unnaturally so, as if it's holding its breath. Laura should be here, her laughter filling the air, but the silence gnaws at me. I toss my keys on the kitchen counter and call out, "Laura." No answer. The stillness presses down on me, and I shrug it off, figuring she must be in the shower or out running errands. I'm exhausted from work, and the thought of a hot shower entices me. I walk down the hallway, the soft carpet absorbing my footsteps. As I step into the bathroom, the steam greets me like an old friend. I turn on the water and strip off my clothes, letting the warm mist envelop me. But as the water cascades over my skin, washing away the remnants of the day, I catch sight of something out of the corner of my eye. My heart plummets, and I turn slowly, dread pooling in my stomach. There, slumped against the far wall, is a naked man. My breath hitches in my throat, and I fumble to shut off the water. "What the hell?" I whisper, my voice barely audible over the sound of the falling water. I take a cautious step closer, my mind racing. The man's body is lifeless, pale and eerily still, a stark contrast to the steam swirling around us. I lean down, heart pounding, and the world narrows to the realization that he's dead. A sickening thought rushes through my mind: who is he? I pull out my phone, hands trembling, but my fingers freeze over the screen. I recognize him. It's Mark, my wife's coworker. The man I've seen her chatting with at work parties, the man she's claimed was just a friend. My gut twists with betrayal, and I feel the weight of the world crashing down on me. "Laura!" I scream, panic flooding my voice. "Get in here. Now!" Silence answers me, heavy and oppressive. I stumble back, my mind racing as I piece together fragments of conversations, the late nights, the hushed whispers. I want to scream, to rage against the injustice of it all. But I stand frozen, the reality of my life shattering around me. Finally, I hear her footsteps, soft, hesitant. The door creaks open, and she steps inside, her expression morphing from confusion to horror as she registers the scene before her. "Alex! What? Who is this?" I demand, my voice rising, a raw edge to it. Her eyes dart to the body, then back to me, and I see the panic flit across her face. I didn't mean for this to happen. Didn't mean for what to happen. I can barely contain my fury. "You didn't mean for your lover to die in our bathroom? For me to find him like this?" "I didn't kill him," she pleads, her voice shaking. "I swear. It was an accident." "An accident?" I echo, incredulity lacing my tone. "He's dead, Laura. He's dead because you were cheating on me. You lied to my face." Her eyes well up with tears, and I want to feel sympathy, but all I can feel is the betrayal slicing through me. "Please, Alex, you have to believe me. I was going to end it. I was going to tell you the truth." "Tell me the truth." I laugh, bitter and broken. "You expect me to believe anything you say after this? After finding him here?" I was confused, she cries, stepping forward, but I back away instinctively. "Confused?" I scoff. "This isn't just confusion, Laura. This is a lifetime of lies." I turn my back on her, struggling to breathe as the reality of my life settles heavily on my chest. I don't know what to do. I can't call the police, I can't let this scandal touch me. The thought of facing the world with this truth is suffocating. Suddenly, a plan begins to form in my mind, a dark, twisted plan. If Laura thinks she can ruin my life, I'll ruin hers right back. I look at the corpse and then back at her, the anger coiling tight in my gut. "Pack your things," I say coldly, my voice steady. "You're leaving. I'm done with you." "What?" she gasps, her face paling. Don't act surprised, Laura. You've made your bed. Now lie in it. I stormed past her, the water still running, drowning out her pleas. I need to think, to strategize. I'll turn the tables on her. She thinks she can cheat and lie. I'll make sure she pays for every single second of her betrayal. I grab my phone and start making plans, my heart racing with a mixture of anger and exhilaration. She has no idea what's coming, and as I hear her sobbing behind me, I smile grimly. The game is just beginning. The air in the bathroom is thick with tension, a stifling mix of steam and betrayal. I stride out, my heart racing with a cocktail of emotions. Each step away from Laura feels like a step toward reclaiming my shattered dignity. I need to gather my thoughts, to fortify myself for what comes next. In the living room, I grab my laptop from the coffee table and open it, the familiar whir of the fan a soothing sound against the chaos in my mind. I need a plan, a way to turn this whole situation to my advantage. I start researching Mark, his social media, his friends, anything I can find to use against Laura. As I type, I can still hear Laura's muffled sobs in the bathroom. Part of me wants to feel pity, to comfort her, but all I feel is rage. I can't believe she did this to me. The moments we shared, the promises we made, they all mean nothing now. My fingers fly across the keyboard, searching for any evidence of their affair. Suddenly, Laura appears in the doorway, her eyes red and swollen. "Alex, please," she begs, desperation coloring her voice. "You don't understand." I slam the laptop shut, my frustration boiling over. "Understand what? That you betrayed me? That you killed him?" "There's nothing to understand, Laura." "I didn't kill him," she insists, stepping closer. "You have to believe me. It was an accident. I didn't want this." "An accident?" I scoff, incredulous. "You think I'm going to believe that? You were sleeping with him behind my back, and now he's dead in our bathroom. How do you expect me to react?" "By listening," she cries, her voice rising in pitch. "I was going to leave him. I was going to tell you everything. You have to trust me." "Trust?" I laugh bitterly. "You've destroyed that word for me. What's next, Laura? Are you going to ask for my forgiveness while I wipe his blood off the floor?" "Please, Alex," she pleads, tears streaming down her cheeks. "I can explain everything. Just give me a chance." I take a deep breath, the anger simmering just beneath the surface. I don't want to hear her excuses, I want her to feel the weight of her actions. No more chances. You've had enough of those. I glance toward the bathroom, where the body lies. The reality of it all crashes back down on me, and I feel a wave of nausea. "Get out of my sight, Laura," I say coldly. "I need to think." She hesitates, and for a moment, I think she might fight back. But then she turns, shoulders shaking, and disappears down the hallway. I listen to her footsteps retreating, each echo a reminder of the life we built together now crumbling into dust. I need to act fast. The police will come eventually, the body can't just stay there. I can't let this ruin me. I can't let Laura get away with this. She thinks she can walk away without consequence, but I won't allow it. I grab my phone and send a message to an old friend, Mark, who works in the city's legal office. He always had a knack for getting his hands on information. "Need your help. Urgent. Meet me at our spot." After hitting send, I make my way to the kitchen. The space feels foreign, like a stranger's home, as I open the fridge and pour myself a glass of water. I drink it down quickly, the coolness a brief relief against the turmoil boiling inside me. I can't stay here. Not now. I need to get out, clear my head. I slip on my shoes, determined to put some distance between me and this nightmare. As I step outside, the evening air hits me, crisp and sharp. I walk to the nearby park, a place where I used to take Laura for walks, where we used to laugh and dream about our future. Now it feels like a hollow shell of what once was. I sit on a bench, the weight of the world on my shoulders, and wait for Mark. He arrives a short while later, his expression a mixture of concern and curiosity. "What's going on, man? You sounded serious." I glance around, ensuring no one can overhear us. "It's bad, Mark. Really bad. Laura, she's been cheating on me. I found her lover dead in our bathroom." His eyes widen in shock. "What? Dead? How?" "I don't know. She says it was an accident, but I can't believe anything she says anymore. I need your help to handle this. I can't let her ruin me." Mark nods slowly, taking in my words. "Okay, let's think this through. What do you want to do?" I lean closer, lowering my voice. "I want to ruin her life, Mark. She thinks she can just walk away from this without consequences. I want everyone to know who she really is. I want her to feel the betrayal I feel. Revenge isn't always the answer, Alex," he warns, though I can see the glint of intrigue in his eyes. "But if you're set on this path, we need to be smart about it." "I know. I want to dig up everything I can find on Mark. Pictures, messages, anything that ties them together. I want her to realize that I know everything, that I'm not just some fool she can push aside." Mark's expression shifts to one of understanding. "All right. I can help you with that. We'll gather evidence, and once you have what you need, you can confront her. But be careful, man. This can get messy." "I don't care how messy it gets," I say, the fire of revenge igniting within me. "I just want her to feel the pain she's caused." As we formulate a plan, a sense of clarity washes over me. This isn't just about revenge, it's about reclaiming my life, my dignity. I will ensure that Laura pays for her betrayal, and no one will be able to deny the truth of what she's done. The intrigue of what's to come hangs heavy in the air, and I feel the thrill of the game beginning to unfold. Laura thinks she can get away with this, but she has no idea what I'm capable of. I'm done being the victim. Now, I'm ready to play. The next morning dawns gray and overcast, mirroring the storm brewing inside me. After a restless night, I wake up with a newfound determination. I can't let Laura think she's off the hook, I have to be strategic about this. Revenge isn't just about emotion, it's about execution. I sit at the kitchen table, the uneaten breakfast sitting cold before me. My phone buzzes with a message from Mark. "I found something. Meet me at the coffee shop." I grab my jacket and head out, the cool air biting at my skin. The weight of what I've discovered in the past 24 hours presses heavily on my chest. I can't believe I'm about to embark on this twisted journey of revenge. But part of me feels alive, a spark igniting in the darkness of betrayal. The coffee shop is bustling when I arrive, the rich aroma of roasted beans filling the air. I spot Mark at a corner table, his brow furrowed as he stares at his laptop. I join him, and he looks up, his expression serious. "I found some social media posts, emails. It's worse than I thought, Alex," he says, sliding his laptop toward me. My heart races as I scroll through the screen. There it is, evidence of their affair laid bare before me. Photos of them together, laughing, touching, intimate moments captured in digital frames. I clench my fists, anger bubbling just beneath the surface. "Look at this," Mark points at a message thread. "They were planning to meet up the night before he died. She told him she was going to leave you." I can feel the heat rising in my face. So she was going to end things with me, huh? She was going to throw me away like yesterday's trash. Mark nods, his expression somber. "If you confront her with this, it'll shatter her. You'll have proof that she didn't just have an affair, she was planning a life without you. It's your leverage." I lean back, considering my options. "What do you suggest? How do I make her feel what I feel? Mark leans in closer, his voice low. You need to expose her. Make her see that you know everything. Use her own lies against her. The wheels in my mind start turning. I can't just confront her blindly, I need to craft a situation where she understands the magnitude of her betrayal. I need to gather more evidence. I want to know who else is involved, who she confided in. I can dig deeper, Mark offers. I'll use my contacts to pull public records, see if there's anything else out there. Perfect, I say, a dark smile creeping across my face. I want everything. The more dirt, the better. As we continue to discuss our plan, I can feel a sense of purpose building within me. This isn't just about revenge anymore, it's about reclaiming my life and ensuring that Laura understands the consequences of her actions. After our meeting, I head back home, my mind racing with thoughts of how to confront Laura. I can't let her see me sweat, so I decide to play it cool. I text her, "We need to talk." She replies almost instantly, her anxiety evident in her words. Is it about what happened? I swear I can explain everything. I let out a small chuckle, the irony of her panic satisfying. Just be home by 6. As the day drags on, I prepare myself mentally for the confrontation. I want her to feel the weight of her lies, to understand that the facade she built is crumbling around her. I want to watch her squirm as I lay out the evidence. When 6 o'clock rolls around, I'm pacing the living room, anticipation humming in my veins. The clock ticks loudly, each second stretching into eternity. Finally, the door swings open, and Laura steps inside, her face pale and drawn. "Alex," she starts, her voice trembling. "Can we talk?" I take a deep breath, masking my anger with an air of calm. "Yes, we can. But first, I want you to sit down." She hesitates, sensing the shift in the atmosphere, but eventually sinks into the couch, her eyes darting nervously around the room. "Do you know what this is about?" I ask, my voice steady. I know you're upset. But please, just let me explain. I was going to tell you everything. Tell me everything. I scoff, crossing my arms. You mean tell me about your affair with Mark? How you were planning to leave me? Her eyes widen in shock, and I can see the panic setting in. "Alex, Save it," I cut her off, pulling out my phone. "You don't get to spin this story any longer. Look at this." I turn the screen toward her, the damning photos and messages illuminating her face. She gasps, her hand flying to her mouth, eyes darting between the images and my face. "Where did you get this?" she stammers, the color draining from her cheeks. "Does it matter? What matters is that you've been lying to me. You're a cheat, Laura. You thought you could play me for a fool. Alex, please, listen. It wasn't like that." "No. Then how do you explain these?" I press, the thrill of my revelation coursing through me. "You were going to leave me for him. You didn't care about what you were throwing away." Her facade starts to crack, the tears spilling over. "I made a mistake. I was confused, but I didn't mean for this to happen. You have to believe me." I shake my head, feeling a mixture of triumph and disgust. "You think I'll just forgive you? You've ruined everything we had, Laura. Everything." She bursts into tears, her shoulders shaking. "I never wanted it to end like this." "Too late for that," I say coldly. "You've made your choices, and now you'll face the consequences." She looks at me, desperation in her eyes. "What are you going to do? Please, don't do anything crazy." I step closer, a dark smile creeping onto my face. "Crazy? Oh, you have no idea what I'm capable of, Laura. You'll learn soon enough." With that, I turn and walk away, leaving her sobbing on the couch. I can feel the adrenaline coursing through my veins as I step outside, breathing in the cool night air. The thrill of revenge hangs in the air, electrifying and intoxicating. I know this is just the beginning. I'll gather more evidence, build my case against her, and watch as her world unravels. She thinks she can lie and manipulate, but she has no idea what's coming. I'm ready to turn the tables and make her feel every ounce of pain she's caused me. The game is on, and I'm just getting started. The days stretch into a blur of planning and preparation. Every interaction with Laura is a twisted dance, a facade of normalcy layered over a bubbling cauldron of betrayal and vengeance. I feel like a predator, patiently waiting for the perfect moment to strike, each encounter stoking the flames of my fury. I've gathered more evidence, photos, messages, snippets of conversations from Mark's findings. I'm armed with a dossier of their betrayal, and it's time to unleash it. On the night of the confrontation, I prepare meticulously, the weight of the moment heavy on my shoulders. I arrange everything in the living room, setting up a projector to display the evidence against Laura and Mark, my plan detailed and ruthless. This isn't just a revelation, it's a show, a final act in a tragic play where the protagonists meet their demise. When Laura walks through the door, she wears a mask of uncertainty. Her eyes are puffy from crying, but there's a hardened resolve beneath her surface. "Alex," she says softly, "we need to talk about what happened. Can we try to work this out?" I smile, but it's not a kind smile. "Work this out?" "Oh, I think we're well past that, Laura. Sit down." She looks around the room, noticing the projector, and her expression shifts to one of fear. "What is this?" "Just a little presentation I've prepared," I say, the satisfaction of my plan bubbling beneath my skin. "I want you to see the truth of your actions." I click a button, and the screen flickers to life, displaying images of her and Mark in various compromising positions, a timeline of their deceit laid bare. The room fills with the sound of her gasping breath as she processes the evidence. "Alex, I can explain," she stammers, but I raise a hand to silence her. "Enough," I say, my voice cold as ice. "You thought you could betray me without consequences. You thought I'd just roll over and accept your lies." Her eyes dart across the screen, horror etched on her face. "I didn't want it to end like this. I was confused. I didn't mean to hurt you." "Confused?" I sneer, stepping closer. "This isn't confusion, this is cold-hearted betrayal. You've ruined everything, Laura. I hope you're ready to face the consequences." Before she can respond, I hit another button, and a video begins to play. It shows Mark and Laura in my house, their laughter ringing hollow as they share intimate moments in the very place I built with love. The sight ignites a blaze of fury within me, and I stride forward, unable to contain the rage any longer. "How could you?" I roar, my voice echoing in the small space. "You brought him into our home, into our lives, and you expect me to feel sorry for you?" Her expression shifts from shock to defiance. "You don't get to do this to me, Alex. You don't know the whole story." "Oh, but I do," I counter, pulling out a stack of papers and throwing them at her. "These are from Mark's phone, the conversations you thought were private. The promises you made to him." Her hands shake as she picks up the papers, her expression crumbling further. "You're a monster," she whispers, tears streaming down her face. "You're ruining my life." I take a step back, letting out a low, mocking laugh. "You did that all on your own, Laura. Now it's time for you to face the reality of your choices." She tries to run, but I block her path. "You think you can escape this? There's no running from the truth. You wanted freedom. I'm giving it to you. Please, Alex," she begs, her voice cracking. "I'm sorry. I was wrong. Just give me another chance." I shake my head, my heart hardened. "You don't deserve another chance. You've made your bed, and now you'll lie in it. But don't worry, I won't let you suffer alone. Mark will join you in your misery." Her face pales at the mention of his name, and for the first time, I see genuine fear flicker in her eyes. "What do you mean?" she stammers. "Oh, you'll see," I say, a twisted smile spreading across my face. I pull out my phone and dial Mark's number, each ring echoing ominously in the silence. "Alex?" Mark answers, his voice steady but curious. "What's up? Come over. We need to talk about Laura," I say, my voice dripping with malice. "Is everything okay?" I chuckle darkly. "Oh, everything is just perfect. You'll want to be here for this." "Okay, I'll be there soon," he replies, and I hang up, turning back to Laura. "Your lover is on his way," I say, savoring the look of dread spreading across her face. "You wanted a fairy tale? Let's see how that ends." She shakes her head, backing away as the reality sinks in. "You can't do this. You're insane." I take a step forward, closing the distance between us. "I'm only giving you what you deserve. You've taken everything from me, and now I'll take everything from you." The doorbell rings, and Laura's eyes widen in panic. I walk toward the door, pausing just before I open it. I turn back to her, enjoying the moment. "This is the end of our story, Laura. I hope you're ready to face the consequences." I swing the door open, and Mark stands there, a casual smile on his face. "Hey, Alex. What's going on?" Before he can process the scene, I grab him by the collar and pull him inside, pushing him toward Laura. "Welcome to your nightmare, Mark." His expression shifts from confusion to shock as he realizes what's happening. "What is this?" Laura stands frozen, her face pale. "Mark, I didn't mean for you to." "Save it," I cut in, my voice cold. "This is what happens when you betray someone, when you think you can have it all without consequences." "Alex, you don't need to do this," Mark pleads, desperation creeping into his voice. "But I do," I say, enjoying the fear in both their eyes. "You thought you could steal my life and get away with it? Not a chance." I pull out a stack of papers, my evidence against them, and slam them onto the table. "This is your betrayal, your lies. And now, it's time for you both to face the truth." Mark's eyes dart between me and Laura, panic setting in. "What do you want? Just tell me what you want." I take a deep breath, allowing my anger to boil over. "I want you both to feel the pain you've caused me. I want you to lose everything." Laura shakes her head, tears streaming down her face. "Please, Alex, don't do this. I'll make it right. I promise." But I'm done listening to her lies. It's too late for promises. You've lost your chance. Both of you. I turn my back on them, the adrenaline surging through me. I pull out my phone once more, this time dialing a friend in the media. "I need you to publish a story about an affair involving a prominent couple. Include all the juicy details." "What? Are you sure?" my friend asks, skepticism evident in his tone. "I'm sure. Make it splashy. The world needs to know the truth about Laura and Mark." As I hang up, I feel a sense of power enveloping me. The moment of reckoning is at hand. I turn back to them, the twisted satisfaction washing over me. "You're both about to be exposed for who you really are," I say, my voice dripping with venom. "And you'll lose everything. Your jobs, your reputations, and each other. This is your consequence." "Alex, please." Laura cries, collapsing to her knees. "I'll do anything." But it's too late for her. I watch as the reality sinks in, the weight of betrayal settling like a heavy fog. Their lives are about to unravel in front of them, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. As I walk out the door, I can hear their desperate pleas behind me, but I don't look back. I'm done with the lies, the pain, and the betrayal. They made their choices, and now they will reap what they sowed. Outside, the air feels lighter, as if I've finally shed the weight of their betrayal. I glance back at the house, knowing this chapter is closed. I've taken my revenge, and it feels strangely liberating. The truth is a powerful weapon, and I've wielded it ruthlessly. Laura and Mark will forever be haunted by their choices, their love turned to ashes. I walk away, the sun breaking through the clouds, and for the first time in a long time, I feel free.